Sutra number 35. Vishayavati va pravrittirutpanna manasa sthiti nibandhani. Steadiness of mind may also be maintained by contemplating upon and becoming absorbed in the chosen object. Earlier on, he said that the mind has got so many defects, fickleness, laziness, carelessness, etc. And he said that you can conquer it by doing meditation. Meditation will help you steady your mind and overcome the various obstacles. He also said you can meditate on Om. If you wish, you can meditate on your breath. But meditate with bhav on Om. Now he says, you can meditate on literally anything with bhav. That's a very broad statement. Why does he say that? First of all, consider the case of the Supreme. With any bhav you attach your mind to the Supreme, you will attain God realization. Gopyaha kamat bhayat kanso dvesha chaidya dayon ripa. Yashoda did not know her child is Bhagavan. She attached her mind in maternal affection. But the object of her affection was pure. The mind was attached to a pure entity, and the benefit of the entity was achieved. Just like if there's a philosopher's stone, a paras, with great affection touch it to the iron, it will transform it into gold. Accidentally they touch, it will still become gold. In anger you slap it, the paras will still do its work. Likewise, in whatever sentiment you attach your mind to Sri Krishna, the mind will be purified. The gopis also did not know he is God. Gopyaha kamat. They just saw he is such an attractive boy, they fell in love head over heels with him. And Kans attached his mind in fear. Asina samvishanstishtan bhunjana paryatan mahim chintayano rishikesha mapashyat tanmayan jagat. Wherever he saw, he was experiencing Sri Krishna. The water has come, Sri Krishna is here as well, throw it away. Sri Krishna is in my clothes, tear them up. Just as the gopis, Vatan mein, ghatan mein, vithin mein, bagan mein, belin mein, vatika mein, phulan mein, man mein. जहाँ जहाँ देखूं तह शाम ही दिखाई देत मेरो शाम छाए रहियो नैनन में मन में. The gopis say, wherever we look, we see Sri Krishna. And Kans is saying the same thing, wherever I look, I see Sri Krishna. Kans is absorbed his mind in fear, the gopis have absorbed their mind in love. Whatever be the case, the entity was pure, the mind got attached, the fruit was achieved. Now the reverse. If there is something material and you attach your mind to it with sentiments, this is God, then also you will achieve purification. Like a murti is made of stone, the deity. But you say, this is Sri Krishna and I absorb my mind. Now you will say, Swamiji, the benefit of the object should be achieved and the object is stone. Why will we get the benefit of our bhav? The reason is that Sri Krishna is all pervading. So he is in the murti as well. Those people who contradict, invalidate murti puja, you ask them that if God is all pervading, is he not in his murti? Besides, he is in the heart of the devotee. So he knows with what sentiment are you doing your worship. Based on that, he gives the fruit. Bhavagrahi. Nakashthe vidyate devo na shilayam na mritsucha. God resides neither in stone nor in wood. Bhavehi vidyate devas tasmad bhavam samacharet. He resides in a love-filled heart. With love you serve the deity, you will get the fruit. Mirabai showed it. She accepted Giridhar Gopal as her sole beloved, and Sri Krishna bestowed his infinite grace on her. So you say, in that case, Swamiji, supposing, just to argue this point out, if we create divine sentiments in poison and we drink the poison, will we get the fruits of the sentiments or will we get the fruits of the object? You will get the fruits of the sentiment provided your sentiment is complete. Now in the case of Mirabai, she was offered the cup of poison and she said, if this is the Charanamrit of Sri Krishna, then there is no problem. She drank it. In the case of Prahlad, he sat down in the fire with Holika and he said that Sri Krishna is pervading every atom of this fire. So the fire did not burn him. If your sentiment is complete, then you can even drink poison. But if your sentiment is still work in progress, then don't try such rehearsals. Once, Tulsidas was walking along a forest path. He saw a man sitting on the branch of a tree. A sword had been fixed on the ground below him. This man was looking at the sword as if contemplating lunging on it, and then would hesitate and throw his weight back. Again to think about jumping on it and then again hesitate. Tulsidas stood there in astonishment and asked him, what are you doing? He said, somebody told me God is everywhere. So create the sentiment that God is everywhere and jump onto a sword. God will come and save you. I'm thinking of jumping, but I'm thinking if he doesn't come and save me, then what will happen? Tulsidas said, you should have asked that man what level of bhav is required for him to manifest the way he did for Prahlad. And if you don't have the bhav, then the consequences are quite obvious and evident. So, in the divine realm, the bhav is immaterial. Just attach your mind. In the material realm, the bhav is all important. With bhav, people worship anything. This is God, and they get the divine sentiments. So Maharshi Patanjali is saying you can contemplate upon literally anything, but with sentiments, you absorb your mind. Now remember, he has not written a bhakti shastra. He has written a yoga shastra. So that is why the limits have been extended. Bhakti becomes a limited street. You need to have so much of faith, then you can proceed in bhakti. And so many intellectuals, so many analysts, they say, our faith doesn't get created, that there's somebody with a flute in Vrindavan, etc. So Maharshi Patanjali has extended that you can also meditate through these options that I am presenting to you. Now look how many options for dhyan, for meditation he is giving, and he is going to give in the sutras ahead. Vishoka va Jyotishmati. Translation: stability of mind may also be achieved by meditating upon the effulgent one beyond any sorrow. Some people choose to look on God as the light. The light by itself is tremendously powerful. In a cave there was a darkness for 10 million years. A traveler entered, struck a match, manifested the light, and the darkness disappeared. So this is very unfair. Darkness of 10 million years disappeared in the moment the light was brought there. That is the power of light. What is darkness? Are they two separate entities? Now in the Western world, this question arises that God created goodness and Satan created evil. But who created Satan? If God has created everything, then God must have created Satan as well. And if God created Satan, why did he do such an awful thing? Then he is the ultimate cause of all the evil. So people who ponder deeply get stumped on this question. The Vedas don't have this bipolar perspective of the world, that there is a God and there is a Satan. They say, Ekameva Advitiyam Brahma, there is only a God, no Satan. Where is evil coming from then? Evil is no separate entity, it is simply the absence of God consciousness. Like what is cold? Is it a separate entity? It's the absence of heat. Keep extracting heat, thing will start becoming colder and colder and colder until it reaches absolute zero. Minus 546 degrees centigrade. Now all the heat has been extracted. You can't extract any more heat. What about the cold? That was merely absence of heat. Likewise, what is darkness? Is darkness a separate entity? It is only the absence of light. So there is God and there is absence of His consciousness which is creating the perceptions of evil. So God Himself is symbolized as light in the Vedic perspective and in religious traditions around the world. Because He dispels the darkness of ignorance within us. Tameva bhantam anubhati sarvam tasya bhasa sarvamidam vibhati. The Vedas are saying that He illuminates all the worlds. People ask, what is the meaning of the Gayatri Mantra? Now there is no shortage of esoteric meanings. This and that, and say, people ask me, I say, look, think simply. Om bhu bhuvasva tat savitur varenyam bhargo devasya dhimai dhiyo yona prachodayat. What is it saying? That Lord who is illuminating the three worlds, I beseech him to illumine my intellect with divine wisdom as I surrender unto him. In that one prayer, you have asked for such an invaluable thing, divine wisdom. Because if your intellect is illumined, you will do the right things. You will follow the right path. So God is often symbolized as the light. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu put it so nicely. He said, Krishna Surya Sama Maya hoy andhakar. Yaha Krishna taha Maya nahi adhikar. Krishna is like the sun, and the material energy Maya is like darkness. Now, how do you eliminate darkness? Supposing the night has descended upon San Jose, and you decide, I wish to make it go away from San Jose. How will you make the night disappear? Request all the residents of San Jose, please keep all your lights on. The night will still remain. And supposing there is no cloud in the sky, all the stars are visible, they don't have the power to dispel the night. And let us suppose it's a full moon as well, and the northern lights or whatever are also visible. All of these together don't have the ability to make the night move. Rakapati shodash uvahi taragana samudaya sakala girinha davalaya ravi binu rat na jai. Ravi binu rat na jai. Without the sun, the night is not going to move. You know, we have our morning walks. So I always check. Okay, what time is the sunrise? Because every day we are walking in different places, in different cities. So thankfully the mobile nowadays gives you the sunrise. But I check that half an hour before sunrise, the night will have started running away. Means the sun has not even risen, a few rays have appeared. They are sufficient to dispel the night. Likewise, the material energy Maya. You do yoga, yajna, japa, tapa, vrata, puja, the material energy will not go. And when God comes into your consciousness, when He bestows His grace, it will disappear. Vilajjamanaya tasya. It feels ashamed to stand before Sri Krishna. So, some people, Maharishi Patanjali is very all-encompassing. So he says, you choose to look on God as a light, no problem. You meditate on Him in His light form. So many religious traditions do that. In Hinduism, so many people choose to see Him as light. But that doesn't mean He's only light. It is your preference. Fine. Go ahead and adopt it. It will steady your mind and help you overcome so many of the obstacles.